Sports Talk Chicago, here with Jon Zaghloul. Appreciate everybody tuning in on all of our great affiliates across Illinois and Indiana and 1230 WJOB Cities 92.9 FM, ACTV, and Jet TV. John Meadows in the building, directing and producing. Follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago. You can subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button on this video. We appreciate it. We're nearing 20,000 subscribers. Everything helps. And if you miss any of this program here today on your local radio or TV affiliate, go back and podcast it. Go to sportstalkchicago.com or look up Sports Talk Chicago. All the great podcast platforms out there, you're going to find it. We have a big announcement coming up next week as well. Tune in next Wednesday night. Huge announcement about the future of this program and expansion plans. Everything's all taken care of. We're going to announce it next week. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So stay tuned for that too. Rumors have intensified regarding the Bears and their coaching situation. Talking about it this past week at work, actually, and everybody's kind of on the same page, even at my job. Yeah, he shouldn't stay. Matt Eberflus needs to go. But the question is, who do they replace him with? So far, according to a couple of insiders, there have been rumblings about Jim Harbaugh. David Kaplan, on his YouTube channel, said all of this, quote, "Let's assume Eberflus is out as head coach. I don't see a scenario where he returns. Who would you hire? You're going to go for a defensive coordinator? Offensive guy? What about Jim Harbaugh? I keep hearing that he would have interest." Yes, Jim Harbaugh. Now, other analysts have kind of put water on that report, including Albert Breer of MMQB. He said that Harbaugh and Kevin Warren have a frosty relationship from Warren's time as the Big Ten commissioner. Speaking of Kevin Warren, don't get me started on him. I don't care what he has to say. Jim Harbaugh is out there. I think it's worth having the conversation. I want to make this clear, too, because I know a lot of you are going to go back and look at my old videos. Yeah, I wasn't a supporter of Jim Harbaugh. And there are reasons why I wasn't, why I still am not now. This NCAA case is not a good thing. And in San Francisco, you have to question his judgment, because if everybody remembers, maybe they don't, he did kind of screw over Alex Smith at the time. Alex Smith turned into a very quality NFL quarterback. And at that time, yeah, Colin Kaepernick was playing well, but even before the Kaepernick year, he had Alex Smith splitting time, literally splitting time, splitting games like 9-7 or 8-8, where 9 games he started and 7 games Troy Smith started. They went 6-10. Troy Smith was a complete bust, another Ohio State bust. So his ability to judge a quarterback is something that definitely scares me. That's the main reason why I didn't want him here. I thought he was going to screw over Justin Fields. I was actually defending Fields at that time. Go figure. So I don't know what his future is going to be, and I don't know how great of a coach he's going to be, but here's my new position on the coaching situation, and I mean this with full sincerity. I don't care who it is as long as it's not Matt Eberflus. I don't have a strong opinion on who the coach should be. Dan Quinn, I was not a fan of Dan Quinn, but you know what? I'm willing to try anything now because I'm so hopeless and I'm so frustrated with Matt Eberflus and his effort and his performance. Good guy off the field, but horrendous coaching. This guy can't manage his staff, and I'm going to keep bringing it up. Alan Williams can't manage his staff, can't manage his players, has no control of that team whatsoever. They suck again. Oh, geez, I almost swore. They suck again, okay? It's getting worse and worse and worse game by game. And as a head coach, how could you stay having the worst losing streak in franchise history? How are you allowed to stay after that? He's going to be out, okay? He's going to be gone. So the question is, who do you replace him with? Jim Harbaugh is the one guy being discussed frequently and more frequently. His name continues to come up. And because, this NCAA suspension thing, the idea is that if he gets suspended, he could just come to the NFL and serve out his suspension since he won't be coaching in the NCAA. It's possible. He could get out of that contract. He could make things work with that. I don't know. Apparently, in this article from Sports Mockery, Kevin Warren and Jim Harbaugh worked together when Warren was the commissioner of the Big Ten. Everybody knows Harbaugh has always had an issue with authority figures. Who cares? I'm not worried about the Warren and Harbaugh thing. And I'm not really worried about Warren in general. Who is he to make any decisions? He's made dumb decisions too. I know he's kind of new on the job, but I'll tell you what, I am not proud or happy with what he's done so far either. It all starts all the way up there at the top. Now, Ted Phillips could be still calling shots behind the scenes, and the McCaskies obviously own the team, but Kevin Warren has not been impressive by any means yet. Now, maybe in the offseason, he's going to step in and make big decisions like firing people, getting rid of people, restructuring things, and then my perception's going to change. But right now, I am not impressed. I'm not blown away with what he's done. I've seen nothing of significance. So I don't really give a damn what Kevin Warren has to say or what he thinks about Jim Harbaugh. You know what? If that's Ryan Poles' choice, if that's the McCaskies' choice, then that's what's going to happen. Kevin, whether you like it or not. I will say this, and maybe this is one qualifier about what I would like to see as a head coach. Please have experience. I'm done with this team being a minor league training facility in terms of coaching and GMs. That's a fact. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing people like Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, now Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. All four of those guys didn't have a lick of experience in those positions before they came in. Why are the Bears treating their front office, treating their coaching staff like a developmental football league? Like, go hire people from the CFL. Oh, wait, they did. Mark Trestman. This has continued to happen. Why is this team, why is this storied franchise going to the dollar store for coaching and for general managers? Why? They continually do it. So this time around, they better not. Hire somebody with damn experience. Hire somebody who you know has a track record, has a resume of getting the job done. Oh, my goodness. I'm done with the developmental football league and the Bears bringing in people who have no experience whatsoever and don't know what they're doing and are in over their heads. I don't even blame Ryan Pace or even Ryan Poles as much. It's not their fault. They're not prepared for this. Then they come in, they do bad. But what did everybody expect? They have no experience doing this stuff. Really? And they come in and they struggle, as they of course would and should. Of course, they don't have experience doing this stuff. So if there's one qualification or one condition that I want to see out of a new Bears head coach, it's that they need some sort of experience. I'm not all sold in or sold on Jim Harbaugh, but I can tell you this, he certainly has experience. I mean, he led an NFL team to a Super Bowl. That's who the Bears end up going with. If that's who they're going to discuss and talk to, let's have that discussion. At least there's experience there. At least they're not going to the frickin' dollar store to pick up a head coach. Or they're not being a minor league baseball team and picking a head coach. As a side note, for anybody who knows baseball history, the Cubs tried to do this, by the way. They did something in the 1960s when they sucked. It's called the College of Coaches. You can look this up. What they did is they didn't have a manager by game one of the season, I believe, okay? So here's what they did. They called up their top instructors from every level in the minor leagues. Like, I'm talking about rookie ball all the way up to AAA, and that was their coaching staff. The College of Coaches, look it up. That's what the Cubs did for 1 year. Guess what? They sucked even more, okay? Why do the Bears do this stuff every year? Why do they do this stuff all the time? Take this assistant, that assistant. He's a good defensive guy. He's an offensive guy like Matt Nagy. Oh, he was an offensive mastermind in the Canadian Football League. Do you hear, you guys? Do you hear that? The offensive mastermind of the Canadian Football League. That has nothing to do with NFL football. That has nothing to do with anything. So can they please hire somebody with experience? And if it's going to be Jim Harbaugh, then it's going to be Jim Harbaugh, but just find somebody. But that's the big rumor right now. According to some reports, although there are conflicting reports from Albert Breer and David Kaplan, Jim Harbaugh could become a Bears head coach at the end of the year. Now, these rumors come up all the time, too. They came up last year, the year before. I don't know what's really going to happen. We're certainly going to find out by the end of the year. I will say this much. If the Bears in any way, shape, or form retain Matt Eberflus, then they're in big trouble. Matt Eberflus at this point needs to be gone now. And I know, who are they going to replace him with? He needs to go today. And if not today, then at the end of the year, see you, Matt. Day after the season, Black Monday, you're gone. Your ass is out. I'm done. We're all done with this charade. Okay? Nice guy off the field. I know he's a nice guy, man of faith. I love that about him, but he is in over his head in terms of coaching a football team. Way in over his head. And for a defensive mastermind, remember, he doesn't even have a defensive coordinator now, so he's calling the defense as we know it today. Look how good they're playing. My gosh, they suck. So now they suck at defense, which is supposed to be a strong suit. Their offense is in shambles, except when apparently Tyson Bagent plays. That's enough for me to say, see you later. Goodbye. My goodness. So there's Bears coaching controversy. I guess another controversy. This seems filled with controversies. Is going to continue to develop, and we're going to follow every second, every rumor, every whispering, everything that becomes true, every report. We're going to make sure we talk about it here because it's never too early, and it's not too early to start discussing it. It'd be different if we were the Steelers or, they had Mike Tomlin, or the Bears don't have a legitimate coach right now. They don't. And they have somebody who owns the franchise record for most consecutive losses ever. Ever. Yeah, at that point, you are more than on the hot seat. Okay? They are more than on the hot seat. Matt Eberflus is in big trouble. And all I'm asking for today, I don't even have a strong opinion. Before I said I don't want Eberflus, I wanted Jim Caldwell at the time. I'd also love to see him come back in for an interview, but let's say they don't do it, okay? Fine, whatever. The point is, I'm not going to sit here and campaign for any individual person, at least right now. Here's what I want. Somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. That's what I would want. Somebody who knows, I don't know, how to coach an NFL football team who's had moderate success at the NFL level. I'm sick and tired of this team being a developmental minor league piss poor franchise. I'm done with it. I'm sick of dealing with that. I'm sick of having to come on here and talk about some guy's random career and then say, oh, this is how it's going to apply to him as being a head coach because he's never done it before. BS. Done with that stuff. Luke Getsy, too. I remember when they had Luke Getsy. Everybody, oh, so happy. Oh, wow. He called plays back in Mississippi State. How does that apply to this? And clearly, we can all agree with this for sure, clearly that hasn't worked. So we need to do a better job as evaluators of understanding what the Bears need to do. And they need somebody with experience leading this team moving forward. And it's not going to be Matt Eberflus. It shouldn't be. If it's going to be Jim Harbaugh, I'm open to it. But it has to be somebody who knows what the hell to do. I'm done with justifications for lame talent, for subpar talent, for people who don't know what they're doing. This is how it has to be. On a separate note, think about all these guys who were head coaches, where they went after the Bears. Mark Trestman never got a job again. He was an offensive coordinator for some time in Baltimore. They fired his ass because it didn't work. Matt Nagy is currently ruining Patrick Mahomes. Go figure. John Fox is out of the league. Yeah, all of these people who've been hired as of late are gone. Lovie Smith was never the same after being fired. So they need to do a good job at hiring the right guy moving forward. And in my opinion, this is just me because I'm seeing people come at this now. Matt Eberflus shouldn't stay anywhere, period. Matt Eberflus, when he's gone, he's gone. They don't need him to stay as anything. Consultant, coordinator, analyst, whatever the hell made-up title they're going to make for him. He should go back to the minor leagues where he belongs. If that's the CFL, not kidding, go ahead. But he can't stay here. Can't stay here.